Our first speaker is Christine Boles. She is the Vice President of IoT Group and General Manager of Industrial Solutions at Intel Corporation. Please join me welcoming Christine.
Thank you, Andy. All right. Good morning, all. I guess people are filtering in here from the break. And thank you to the ARC Advisory Group for the opportunity to be a part of this digital transformation panel. I'm excited to be here this morning to chat with you all. When you think of Intel, you think of Intel and our leading manufacturing, as well as our leading compute products that we provide. We have been a part of multiple transformations that have happened in multiple industries over the years. One of the most recent, the changes that have happened in the networking and the communications industry, where they have had to deal with the exponential growth of data that has happened within the network with the advent of smartphones. And Intel has been a part of providing that infrastructure change, making that a more software-defined type of infrastructure to allow for the flexibility that they needed to deal with all that data. I see so many parallels to what we've done in that industry, to what is happening in the manufacturing, as well as the industrial infrastructure space. When we talk about transitions and transformations that are happening, and Intel engages on these areas, we look at what are the technologies that we can bring to it, what are the standards and consortiums that we need to participate in to make it possible for those changes, and how do we bring the capabilities that we have to build up an ecosystem for solutions in this space. But it isn't just about, hey, I want to go transform. There has to be a need. And there are real needs. We spent time talking and working with our own factories to understand how they've been on this journey, the kinds of needs they had. We've been out working with many players, many in this room, many in other parts of the manufacturing, industrial infrastructure space, to understand the challenges you face. It's the changing workforce. It's competing at a global level. It's how do you address the customization and the differentiation that your customers are looking for from the products that you produce. So we then look at the many assets that we have within Intel. How do they apply? We, of course, have many IT assets that we've been deploying into the IT infrastructure in other areas. Similar to what we did in the networking and comm space, as they changed their infrastructure, we are now taking those same kind of IT assets and working with providers of solutions that all of you have, as well as new entrants that are coming to provide solutions to help you address your needs and why you're looking for transformation, why you're in this room today. The other thing that we are looking at is how do we utilize and how do we make it easy for solution providers to bring technologies in the AI space. You heard earlier some of the work we've done with Audi. We've been doing this with multiple different industry players. How do you utilize machine vision, machine learning, and ultimately deep learning capabilities using the various compute elements that we have, the development tools that we have, such that the providers of your automation and control systems can bring those kind of technologies in as they change the overall infrastructure, as you change the overall infrastructure to meet your needs. But we're not just bringing the technologies, we're also looking at how do we help with the standards and consortiums that you're bringing. One of the most prominent ones here at in this group with the process automation, of course, is the Open Process Automation Forum. ExxonMobil has been a leader with many others in this space, and we've been partnering there to help with the definition of those open, interoperable standards. And it's been great to see those specifications evolve such that we can fundamentally evolve the infrastructure that meets your needs with a different approach. But we don't stop there. We're also looking at other industry standards and consortiums that we can partner with to bring different solutions. Whether it's the standards in the 5G space that ultimately need specialized capabilities to meet the wireless specifications, working with groups like 3GPP, building on our long-term relationships that we've built in that telco and networking space. And we're also looking to evolve test beds and capabilities to ensure as you're bringing these products, as you're bringing these solutions in from the ecosystem of partners that are servicing you, that you know that these will work. One of those examples is how do you bring deterministic operations into your networks? And we work with standards bodies such as Avenue in that space. Then ultimately, we are committed and continue to work with a broad ecosystem of providers, those that you have in your factories today, those that can bring new solutions, and building up that ecosystem of solutions that you can trust and ultimately bring these solutions in. To dive a little deeper into some of the work that we're doing, we've invited Dr. Lusser and Dr. Bartusiak from Audi and ExxonMobil, respectively, to speak in our booth to give you more details of some of the things we're doing in the communities in helping create coalitions to bring solutions in, as well as specifically some of the solutions that we're defining with companies like these two to help solve the challenges that you face as you're dealing with this need for transformation. So I'm excited to be on the panel. I'm excited to hear your questions, both on this panel as well as around over the next couple of days. And thank you, and I'll step off and give it back to Andy.